In 451 AD, an army was utterly crushed, yet history recorded the event as a monumental victory for the side that lost. At this time, the Armenians had built a highly distinct identity. They were rooted in their own traditions and a recently perfected alphabet that set them apart from every neighbor. But the massive Persian Empire to the east was expanding. They didn't just want the land, they wanted to bring every subject under a single imperial system. The Persian king issued an ultimatum. The Armenians must abandon their religion and their unique traditions. This wasn't a request for taxes, it was a demand for total cultural erasure. The Armenians refused. They sent a message back explaining that their identity was non-negotiable, choosing to risk their lives rather than give up who they were. By rejecting that demand, they committed to a war they knew they couldn't win on paper, setting the stage for a total existential conflict. To lead them, they chose Vartan Mamikonian. He was the supreme commander of the military, a knight known for wearing a famous suit of red armor into the most dangerous sections of the line. The Persian force was staggering. They marched with tens of thousands of soldiers, including the Immortals, an elite heavy infantry unit that few armies in history had ever successfully repelled. They also brought war elephants. These were the heavy armor of the ancient world, towering armored animals carrying archers who rained fire down on anyone below. Vartan didn't wait to be crushed. He launched his heavy cavalry in a concentrated wedge, driving straight into the center of the Persian line to create a window of opportunity. The battle was a horrific, hours-long meat grinder. Men and horses clashed in a blinding cloud of dust and iron. In the end, the sheer weight of Persian numbers was too much. Vartan was killed in the chaos, and the Armenian army was physically broken. On a purely tactical level, Avarayr was a disaster. The Armenians had lost their commander, their army, and their physical control of the battlefield. After the fighting stopped, the Persian king looked over the field. He had won the battle, but the victory didn't look like he expected. His own elite units had suffered massive casualties. Even in defeat, the Armenians had fought with a ferocity that suggested they would never truly submit. While he destroyed the army, holding the land meant decades of expensive guerrilla warfare. The cost of forced assimilation was higher than the land's value, so the empire dropped the demand, allowing Armenians to keep their traditions. Vartan's stand showed the king that the Armenian spirit was an expense the empire couldn't afford. By losing the battle, they had made the price of occupation too high to pay. Vartan became a symbol of survival. His sacrifice proved physical defeat can be a cultural triumph, ensuring Armenian traditions survived to the present day. The Battle of Avarayr taught the world that you can defeat an army, but you cannot defeat a people's spirit. Protecting who you are is always worth the fight.